Hey guys, Varbo here from TheCraftScience, and I have improved upon my one-wide PlayerShop design, and I want to showcase it for you guys. This is Varboa's Shop of Wonders. Let's go inside. You'll see everything is in the Emerald currency. I decided to use that just because it's already the currency thing. You can see all the wonderful wonders that Varboa's Shop of Wonders has to offer. Carrot on a stick. So basically this one rule right here, if the light is off, then we have no supply. Ergo, you will be wasting money. So if the light above any of these is off, then basically you don't want to put any of the currency in because you're going to not get anything for it. That's just one of the drawbacks of the system, and it has to be that way. There's no room. But I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. So yeah, let's try it out. I do want one of these, so let's put one of these in there. Oh, and I threw it out of my pack. But yeah, you could hear immediately I got this. It only takes one emerald now in comparison to what it did before, where it might take two. I fixed that. I fixed the variability of it, if that's the correct word. You can also go over here and let's say I want another star. Let's put that there. See, I got another star right there. I have encountered the fact that these actually they act a little bit differently than these, and I think it's just because I copied and pasted them, so I don't think that's too much of a problem. I also kind of want some nether quartz, so let's do that. And there I got. Oh, see, that acted like those, but these over here are acting slightly different. Interesting. Huh. That's odd. I'll have to look into that. Essentially, they're working just fine. So yeah. Let's, oh, I want to show you guys a little bit more of it, how it can be set up without actually going into the design. Let's put one of these up here, trigger that, and go down here. We'll go down before we go up. So basically, this is the room where you collect the loot. Let's go to some of these. I did buy from this one, and not from that one. You can have this system put into the ground. Hold up, maybe I'll get my next shipment in. I sent a villager off to go retrieve some. No, it doesn't look like he's returned yet. We'll hear him. But yeah, you can actually put that one more into the ground and have the chests sitting right on top, or you can have it two into the ground. I'd recommend one because it would allow you to have a two high room. Putting it two down, you just have one block of height. And there's probably ways around that, but the floor level is designed to be right here. So let's go to the top. Now I have my 18 emeralds that I have spent right here. This is basically the top. It's nothing fancy. I kind of just threw this building together, but it shows how this works. You can have these right here, and there's a comparator, and they go into redstone lamps, and they also get drawn out from the bottom with hoppers, and then the hoppers all take one, and then they distribute. One other thing to point out is that you actually don't need this system for the lights, and there are times where I'd recommend not using it because this comparator right here acts as a constant bud, constantly updating the blocks, and the dispenser gets updated twice. So it gets updated by the triggering of the redstone, and then the comparator actually updates it as well. So you get this double click, and it doesn't distribute any extra items, but it does double click. So if that agitates you, then you can remove this portion. I played around with it quite a bit and couldn't find a way around that because you have to put this up here. There was actually a way, but you move the redstone lamp, and that was something I wasn't willing to sacrifice because it does look really nice with the redstone lamp right on top of the output. That's another thing about this, is that each one of these has a centralized input-output. I don't know how you describe it. A centralized area of interaction, basically. Here's the input, here's the output, and here's information that you can take in. It's sorry for shaking the screen too much. That's it's all right there, and that's part of the design that allows you to do that. I don't think I'm gonna get another shipment for a while. Yeah, so I kind of sent a villager to go over to the village and collect some stuff. Let's go and take a look at the one wide, and then we'll build it real quick, and I'll explain why it works. So basically, in theory, this is the theory behind it, why it works and stuff. We're going to have we have the chest, we have the hopper. There's actually nothing in this hopper, and that's to prevent people from grabbing straight out of this hopper. If I were to put the currency up in there, then it would actually it would allow for people to steal the currency, and we don't want that. So here's our filter, our currency filter, and that's what we're preventing being stolen. This is a design of, this is something called a smart hopper, which another person on YouTube, who I will link in the description, showed me. I was looking at some of his videos, and it just seemed to fit in comparison to what I already had, which was completely terrible and over complicated. So I used his smart hopper design. Thank you for allowing me to use it. His name, off the top of my head, I can't remember. It's like Mick Phaser. So my bad if I mispronounced it. Let's go and do what's going on. Put in an emerald right here, and it goes down, goes into here, and then this registers that there's an extra emerald. Goes the power increases to here. Activating this block, which then activates this, deactivating the torch. This now is not activated, so it can start pulling blocks or items and pushing them. So it does, it pulls out one item and pushes it. One of the things that's really important about this is that you cannot have this hopper pointing directly down. I believe that will make it not work. In fact, I think that it's the reason why is because this hopper might push things into this hopper. But if you have it aimed away, then it won't, and this hopper is the only one that will interact. So that's why it's all centralized around this. Next thing is, after that's reset, basically it takes out the extra emerald that you put in. This returns back to normal. Just remember that for now. We'll go into this. This activates right here, deactivating torch, activating or deactivating these two lines right here. These are necessary. You have to split it up into two. This line right here basically saves room, and it doesn't interact with any of that. And then goes in here and starts activating, or since it's turned off, it's not really messing with the dispenser, but it will in a minute. Then this line up here turns off, which allows enough time for something to drop out and then go in there. So now this has deactivated again because the emerald was pulled out. This torch activates again, reactivating each of these systems. Now this is turned off, and this dispenser, or this dropper, shoots out an item. So let's try that out. See that? The double click, the reason why there's a double click, just like I said earlier, was that this, what's it called, comparator, constantly updates this dropper. And that's the problem, basically. It's technically not updating the dropper, it's updating this block constantly, which updates this. And I think that this is interacting just because droppers and dispensers act kind of weirdly. I tried moving it around, and if I move it back one, then it activates the dropper constantly. If I move it ahead one, then the redstone lamp is actually overhanging, and that's not ideal. It's actually quite crowding, so I decided not to use it that way. Took me a little bit, but I got over the extra click. So that's it, guys. To build it, it's really simple, actually. Just do that. Make the smart hopper that my friend on YouTube introduced me to. Funny thing is, he actually doesn't know that I'm including him in this video yet, but when he sees it, he will. And hopefully, with his consent, this can stay on YouTube. I doubt he'd have a problem with it. He is getting credit. Let's put that there. Also, you want to put that there. There. Let's put an emerald there, and let's say I want a comparator. I'm not really going to fill these chests, so we're actually going to put a comparator up on top now. Put a lamp there. you need to have the hopper there, put the chest up here. Before I go any further with this, I want to mention that this design is one wide, but is not stackable, which means that you can't put them right next to each other. It has to be a 1 inch gap. Oh, looks like I got a new shipment in. So now onto the tricky part. This right here, just aim right there at the bottom. Okay, now you're going to want to put another comparator right here. Take another hopper, hold shift, and aim at the comparator so that way it's not pointing down, and then you just aim at the bottom, or actually no, you want to place your chest. So I'm just going to place a chest, place another chest. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, going to place a block, place another chest, and then I'm actually going to place the hopper aiming there. Now it'll be pulling out things right there. Let's put a torch down right here. Let's see if I can hit the hitbox. Yep. Okay, let's get the repeater. Repeater should be set to 1 tick. It actually matters if you have it set to anything different. Put that torch there. Let's get some redstone dust. There. If you guys can actually find any better way to make this, like if you can find a way to make this design even more compact, or let's say stackable, so they can be put right next to each other, that'd be amazing. I so far have not been able to. That is it. Now you just fill up the 2 things, or the 3 things actually. This right here, so you just go put some, let's get some more actually. Okay. So you're going to want to have 4 on those last slots, and you're going to want to have 18 right there. And then you're going to want to put 1 in here. It doesn't really matter if you put 1 in there, you just run it a few times and then it'll fix itself. But I'm just showing you how to do it if you don't really want to go through that trouble. So what are we selling again? We are selling comparators. So let's get a comparator. Let's open up this box, throw a stack in there. Let's put 1 in the hopper right here, and then it will work. Let's get our comparator out. There you go, guys. That is the one wide player shop. This is Varboa. Thank you guys from TheCraftScience.